friends, and welcome back to my home. Today I'm going to share with you all of the things that I have thrifted in the last month. Has it only been a month? Originally, this was going to be a thrift haul to accompany my friend Stephanie Canada's video of us thrifting together while she was here, and also my friend Haley Marie Vintage, who is doing a haul as well on her channel, I believe. So be sure to hop over to both of their channels. This is in tandem with their videos. But I am sharing more than just what I thrifted with Stephanie because her visit steamrolled? That's not the right word. Her visit basically created an avalanche of thrifting luck for me, and I don't even know how to introduce this video. I haven't done a thrift haul in so long. I haven't gone thrifting in a very long time, but we went to a bunch of garage sales, we went to some antique stores, we went to some thrift stores, and in the last month I cannot believe my luck. Grab yourself a cup of coffee or tea or whatever it is that you like, because this is probably going to be a longer video. And let's have a cozy little chat and see what I thrifted in this last month. In July, pretty much. Was it just July? Wow, yeah, it's only been a month. I think I'm going to start with the dishes first because I'm holding one of the things that I thrifted, which is this beautiful little strawberry mug. If you know my channel, you know that I collect strawberry things, especially strawberry kitchen things, and my kids broke one of my favorite strawberry mugs, so I've been looking to replace it for a while, and I found this one for 99 cents. It's so pretty, and it is Queen's fine bone china. And yes, I did just look at the bottom of my full coffee cup. It's such a delicate, like, I don't know, I just really think it's really, really pretty. This plant thing is really trying to get me. The next little dish thing that I found was these 1980s separated, what are these called? The divided dishes for kids. These were 99 cents, and it actually says right on front 1986. I used to have some modern ones that were too small and kind of boring, and I just got rid of them, so I was really happy to find a replacement. The next set of items comes with a little bit of a story. So every year in our town there is a community garage sale to benefit the schools, and it's always really, really fun. They basically fill up like the entire gym at our school, and then there's a lot of outdoor items. It was a really big sale this year. Last year I found a bunch of strawberry items, which I think I think I did a thrift haul, I'll put it right here, but I found tons of strawberry items. So we went one day, and I had spotted something that I will show you later that I really wanted, but we always ask the question, is it actually going to be practical? Am I going to use it? If the answer is no, then I don't get it, even if it's cheap, and it was $5. I thought I would love to use that specifically for my 1950s videos. You'll see why when I show it to you. But decided not to get it, and then I was just thinking about it overnight, and I was really sad that I hadn't grabbed it, and I looked online to see if the sale was still going on and found out that on Sundays it's free. So I went back, and while I was there it was still there, but I also picked up some dishes. I picked up these little dessert cups, like for ice cream, fruit, whatever. And then I also grabbed these two things. This first thing is a grape dish. I actually am using it to hold my dish sponges. And I also grabbed this little candy dish kind of on a whim. I use these around October to decorate our mantle. And I had grabbed like about 10 dessert cups. They weren't all matching, they were kind of different sizes, but they were free, and I thought they'll be really useful. I've been looking for something like that forever. And then I grabbed this other thing that was already in the box I was using to cart stuff out. And I had also grabbed two other dishes. One of them was square. They were just pretty, and I thought they would be good for holding jewelry and like change and things around the house, putting them in spots where we tend to just drop our keys or a change or little pocket items. And I was walking out to my car, and I had decided to leave they provided carts, and I had decided to leave the cart inside the building because I had a box and it wasn't too heavy. And I got to my car and I leaned the box against my car and I opened my door and the bottom of the box fell out and all of the dishes broke except for these. And I was so sad because I mean they were free, so it wasn't like I had spent money on it, but I felt really bad because I'd made a big giant glass mess in front of the school. And then I felt really bad because I'd broken all of these dishes that I was going to use and I had been looking for forever. But I got these two survived, so I know this is sturdy because it fell on straight up concrete and did not break. However, the thing I had actually gone for and got, which I'm very excited about, is this coffee maker. And actually there's two of them in this package. And this is a Sunbeam Coffee Master from 1956, and I thought this would just be so darling to use in a video. It is dented, and I don't know if that's because I dropped it on concrete or if it was dented before I grabbed it, but I'm just really happy it didn't get ruined when I dropped everything. I just feel so bad that I dropped all of that stuff. However, I was talking to my friend Tina, but she was telling me that maybe it was meant to be because I'm gonna find something better, or maybe they were always meant to be broken, who knows. And the next garage sailing trip that I went on, she was right, because I found these. There is a set of 8 of them. They are vintage red dessert cups, and they are so beautiful and so much prettier than the ones that I had found. And they actually came from kind of our neighbors, so it was fun to meet them. I made some new friends and I found some dishes that I did not break when I came out of the door, and I will absolutely be using these. And alongside of these, there were also these absolutely stunning plates. Let me hold this up properly and not break it. So the top one is shaped entirely like a fan, and then all the ones that go underneath it on the stack have a cup holder. They're so beautiful. These were made all the way back in the 1930s up to like the 1970s, so I'm not sure how old they are, but they are vintage, and she did say that they were her grandmother's. Just assuming from her age, I'm gonna say they were potentially 50s, maybe 60s. Just guessing by her age, and her mom was there, and her mom was a little bit older, and so I think potentially these are like 40s, 50s. But I don't know because they made them for a very long time. But there is a set of 8 of them, again. And for the dishes, the dessert cups and the fan plates, I paid her $20 for those. They're worth it. They're totally worth it, because you look up, some sellers will sell just the single plate for $20 of these fan plates online, and some of them will sell like a set of 4 for $40. So another thing I found at that same school garage sale that I was talking about is this is not vintage, but it's a strawberry napkin holder, which I thought would be cute for summer. And of course, it's a strawberry item and I had to get it. This was 25 cents, although she did not charge me what she should have charged me for everything that I had. So I'm gonna say it was way cheaper than I should have paid her like $30 for everything, and she only charged me 15. So at any rate, I have that. And then lastly, for dishes, I think I found this apple plate, which is very similar, which is a Franciscan. I have the desert rose plates and the poppy, I think they're called yellow poppy. So this kind of fits right into that collection. I just really like having like fruit and flower plates. And it was supposedly 50 cents, but because she didn't charge me, I'm gonna say it was 25 cents. So that was all the dishes that I got. And then I'm gonna move on to like home decor. So my home decor category is pretty, well, small-ish. First I'm going to talk about what I got with and from Stephanie. So if you don't know Stephanie Canada's channel, she is a vintage pattern and clothing and fabric seller. And I had actually gotten some things from her that she just brought with her when she came on the trip. I saw this on her website and I just immediately had to buy it. This adorable apron. And you all know that I love aprons and I collect aprons, and I'm no longer buying them like I used to, but I am kind of looking at the quote-unquote holes in my apron closet to see what I need for, because I really like to match my aprons to my outfits, and I do not have a lot of black aprons, and I just thought this was so adorable and unique with the daisies and the red trim. It's all printed. There is no actual like gingham on there, or not gingham. There's no actual rickrack on there. It's all a print, but it's got a pocket, and I just thought it was darling, so I got that. And I want to say it was $12.95. I also found this apron while thrifting with Stephanie. It's so cute. This will be great for around Halloween. This was $4.99 from Goodwill, which is not my favorite place to thrift, but occasionally they have some cute finds like this. And then at the town garage sale, as you will, I found these two frames. This one I have already put something into, but we are currently kind of beginning the renovations for our kitchen, and so I'm looking for some little picture frames because I'm putting in the old wallpaper that was in our kitchen. We moved a shelf and discovered a whole bunch of layers of wallpaper from the 1920s up until probably the 1960s, and I want to preserve them. So I got two little picture frames. This one I haven't opened up yet, but this one already has the one of the wallpaper samples that we were able to like peel off the wall. And then at that same garage sale, I also picked up this, which is a tablecloth. This was marked as $4, but I don't actually know. I would have to break down the cost of all the items I got to tell you actually how much I paid for it, because she didn't charge me what she should have. And then while I was at Stephanie antiquing, I found these matching pillowcases, which were $5 each, which is a little more than I would normally pay, but they are so unique. I've never seen finished ones like this. I usually only find the ones where they bought the kit and haven't done it. And then I got a tablecloth, which again, I love vintage linens. I'm gonna have to soak this one and see if the stains will come out, but this was $10. And that was all at, if you are in the Olympia area and you want to check it out, it's called Fun Junk. Highly recommend. She's really, really sweet. Stephanie actually went and bought a ton of patterns from her, which I believe she has unboxed over on her channel. I will link that video down below. And then at a separate thrift store, actually just over this weekend, I got this 1970s curtain. I have always wanted to, this was $7.99, which again is more than I usually pay for thrifted stuff. I am very lucky to live next to a really cheap thrift store where something like this would have been like $2, but it's really big, and I really want to, in the autumn, I really want to change out my strawberry kitchen to be like a pumpkin themed kitchen, and I have a big window in the kitchen, and I think that this will be the perfect size to put in the window. So I have plans to like switch out all of my strawberry decor for pumpkins and gourds and things like that in the autumn time. So I thought this was really perfect, and it made me laugh because on the on the label it just says old. So next I'm going to move on to books and magazines. As you know, I have a cooking series, and in that cooking series I'm going through all of my cookbooks, as many as I can. It's probably going to be a very long running series of my channel. Right now I'm going through eras, but I want to do kind of a like pop culture section of recipes, because I have a cookbook which is by the Muppets. I have a cookbook that is Snow White. I now have two other ones that I can add to that. I think I have a couple other character cookbooks. And I thought it'd be really fun to have like a pop culture Disney-ish season, I'll just call it a season of cooking recipes. So Stephanie thrifted and brought this to me. I do not know how much she paid for it. I have no idea. But she got this for me. It is Cooking with Mickey. It's from, I think, the 90s. And it's got a whole bunch of recipes that are just all from Disneyland, I think. And then there's this one which she paid $4.99 for, and this is the Bewitched cookbook from the 90s, and I think this is so fun. So yeah, this will be really fun to go into that cooking series. The other, I found this at the big old town garage sale. I think it was like 50 cents, and it is 365 ways to cook hamburger, which is actually very useful because we eat a lot of hamburger. And then I got the Betty Crocker's Cookie Carnival from that same town garage sale, and this actually has like a bunch of other things in it from whoever owned it before. I think there are a bunch of like magazine articles, so I'll have to look through those and see if I want to keep them. But the Cookie Carnival from 1957. Moving on from cookbooks to craft books, which I don't normally buy, but I am trying to use up my fabric stash, so I thought I should get these. This one, actually, I just got because it's a strawberry. Will I ever make it? Don't know. She's a very cute little doll, but I literally just bought it because, I mean, it was the free day, and so I grabbed it. Quilting is one thing that I do like to do, and so I got this Better Homes and Gardens patchwork quilting book. This is from the 70s, but it has a lot of quilts, like a lot of quilts that I actually want to make, and again, I'm trying to use up my fabric stash. And then I also bought this, which not bought, it was the free day. I got this. I will teach myself out of this when I make quilts. You know, I might be like 50 before I start making quilts regularly, but I would be happy to have that done. And then while I was with Stephanie, we were looking through the patterns that I believe she has unboxed on her channel. Also had some sewing books. So there's a Learn How book of crochet, knitting, embroidery, and tatting, which is really useful because, like I said, I would like to teach myself how to do those things. I know how to knit, but this will be really helpful. And then I also got the Smart Sewing book from 1949. I've always wanted one of these, and so when Stephanie was looking through all the patterns of books that the antique store had, she let me grab this one. We actually kind of are doing a trade-off because I found some things for Stephanie in this thrift haul. Then I went, it was almost like a farmer's market and garage sales all in one, and this one stall had all of these things that I'm about to show you. First of all, there's the Stylist from 1951, and this kind of has like the this will be a fun little book to use while I'm redecorating, but it's just style advice. And I got all of these for $2, so it would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 magazines for $2. You can do the math. Next I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 American Home magazines, which just, it's all about home decor and stuff. There's some really cute rooms. I think these are all from the 60s. And along with, I just realized I should be showing you this alongside the magazines, I got a magazine holder, which is vintage, and it was $1.99. The last thing that I got from that like community yard sale-ish thing was the Mademoiselle magazine from 1942. And this is set online to be the first magazine from the 40s that treated women like they were actual humans. So it's got like fashion and stories and just a lot of, it's, you know, it's kind of like a Vogue magazine. That is it for the books and magazines section. Now we're going to move on to sewing. First, I'll show you the patterns. This stack is for Stephanie. While I am thrifting, I always look through patterns to find some for her. They were all around 50 cents, and they are for her to sell because that is what she does, except for this one, which is for her dog. And I told her she has to make something and send it to me, send a photo to me, because it's so cute. But the rest of them are vintage patterns that she's going to sell. I will kind of show you briefly. They were all around 50 cents, I think. First of all is this culottes from the 70s? Culottes pattern from 1978, which I think is really, really cute. Next is a McCall's like super easy pattern, again from the 70s. And then I've got two Berta patterns that are dirndls, which I feel like these are kind of in style right now. And then I found some Laura Ashley patterns, which are, I think this is the only one that has been used. No, two of them have been used, but all the pieces are there and everything. So I thought this one was really pretty. And then this is more of like a Victorian inspired nightgown look. And then this one, those two are from the 80s, and this is also from the 80s. Super, super cute silhouette. And then I also picked up two different kinds of fabric for Stephanie. I got this one on the free day, and it's a vintage like rainbow hat print. There's actually two pieces. So adorable, but I know I would never use it, so I'm sending it to her. And then I also got this for $2.99. It's like a vintage labels fabric, and there's 1.5 yards of it. So she really likes vintage label prints, so I got that for her. And then I also got two things that I might be sending her. I couldn't decide if I would use them or if I'll send them to her to use, but one of them is called Renew a Pocket. And you just iron it on, and I don't exactly know how it works. There's actually a couple of them, so I might keep one and send one to her. But I got these on the free day at the community garage sale. And then I also got a Tack It pattern marker, and it just helps you mark, complete with enough transfer paper to mark 25 garments. So it's just for marking your patterns for me, pattern wise. You know what, I'm going to show you these because they're little. I got, from the antique store that we went to, I got two sets of buttons and then a buckle, and I'm actually going to use these for a particular project that I will hopefully be making soon-ish, involving one of these will go into a strawberry dress. And then I also got this really pretty leaf trim because I have some fabric that would match this perfectly. So I want to say that was about $5 that she charged me for all of those things. And then patterns for myself. So first of all, I have a lot of patterns to show you. I bought these from Stephanie, and these are 1940s patterns that I'm going to size up because they are a 36 bust, but I should be able to do that fine. The first one is this stunning, oh, it's so pretty. The details of this dress are so beautiful, and I think this is going to be one of my soon future projects. I love the way that the pockets are shaped, and I love the shoulder detail, and I love that it's button up, so I will hopefully be making this pretty soon. And then I also bought a Hollywood Patterns. This is going to be my next project. I'm going to make a strawberry dress of some sort out of this pattern. It's so perfect. I love the ruffle detail and the tie back, and it's got pockets. This I think I bought from her so that I can make my daughter some Barbie clothes. And then she said this is a 1950s strawberry apron pattern. It's got the transfers with it, and I bought it specifically because it's got the transfers with it. And obviously I have to make myself a strawberry apron. Also, while I was with her at the antique store, I got this 1920s era wedding prep book, which I will of course have a shot of it out of the plastic, but this was $18. So 10, 10, 20, 38. I must have spent like about $50 then. Anyway, it's really, really, really cute, and this will obviously be in a future video, but it is a book for the bride, and it's specifically from Seattle, which I thought was super interesting. And then on the second day that we went to, we went back to this place to look through these patterns, and so I grabbed a men's pattern from the 40s and this really darling apron pattern with bows and buttons on it, and then a little girl's ruffly pinafore from the 40s, which kind of matches the pattern that I got from Stephanie. So I'm really excited to make those. And then on my own, I was thrifting, and I found two patterns for my husband. This one's a Western shirt, and I think this, and then there was one other one that I'm going to redonate because it's not very great. But these were $1.99 altogether. I also found this Laura Ashley pattern, which I am going to keep and see if I can size up because I really, really like it. It does go up to a bust 38. So I would have to size it up about 2 inches on each side. And I also would probably make it a button down front. So, and then I found this one for 99 cents, and this is a 1960s or 70s. I don't know where the date is on this, but this was 99 cents, and it's a bust 41, which is sometimes very rare to find in vintage patterns. So I thought I would keep it and maybe make the outfit. I don't know. And then I also found, I think that this is 1920s. It is some Dutch, it's transfers for embroidery, and there's like a Dutch one, and then there's some like fancy his and hers embroidery transfers. This is probably like 10 cents. I grabbed it because it looked old, and because I've been looking for the Dutch girl specifically to make myself some kitchen tea towels. I really think that the Dutch girl with the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, whatever wash day are really cute, and so I've been looking for something similar to this, and they are not used. And then at the garage sale on the free day, I picked up pot holders. It says Comograph transfer, so I haven't actually opened this up at all, but it was free. It is these, I think it's embroidery transfers for these, and they're like for pot holders. I really like embroidery, and I have a lot of embroidery floss, and so that's kind of my fall winter goal, is to make some home goods with cute embroidery on them. Then let's move into the fabric that I found. First of all, from Stephanie is this blue, I think she said it was like 1970s cotton that she actually is sending to me to see if I can restore it. I have not unwrapped it, but I guess it got moldy and water stained and all of that. So she thought it'd be interesting to see if I could restore it. I will probably make a short doing that. And then on, I think this was not on the free day, this was on the regular day. These were both 50 cents. I found this purple clip dot material. I don't know how much there is, but it was pretty, and it was 50 cents. And then this vintage, like, pretty orange color. This fabric I hate sewing with because it's very slippery, but the color's so pretty. Okay. I also accidentally bought this, it's like vintage Joker and King and card print. I did not mean to buy this. I meant to put this back. I was debating, and then decided I didn't really like the colorway. It was like $2.50, which is fine. And I got home and I told my husband I was going to send it to Stephanie because I had been FaceTiming her while I was on this trip. And he said that he really likes it. So I guess I'm making him a vest out of this fabric. Then on that same trip, I bought Halloween fabric, and this is so cute. It's like a ghost and pumpkin balloons fabric. I have no idea how old it is, but I do know that it is vintage. There is 4 1/8 yards of it, and it was $10.29, which is a lot more than I normally spend on fabrics. But I mean, that's what, like $2? That's like $2.50 a yard, which is really a good price. The last thing I got out of that trip, which is just a regular thrift store, this was $5.99, and it is like a 1970s bed sheet with orange strawberries and yellow pinstripes, and obviously I love strawberries, so I thought I would grab it, and if it doesn't fit my bed, I'm going to make a dress or a skirt out of it. For the last fabric that I picked up is this really, really adorable like vintage patchwork style 70s fabric. It was $6.99, and I think I'm probably going to make that little ruffle pinafore out of it for one of my daughters, or maybe two. There's a decent amount here. I think I could probably make more than one girl something. All right, the last category is clothing. First of all, just because it's on the top, I found two vintage hats. This pink one, which has kind of the pretty feathered effect. I want to say this was $5, but my daughter took off the price tag and threw it away. So I don't 100% remember how much this was. But it's very pretty, and I have pink hats all around my dresser as decoration, which I also wear them, but I just thought that was really pretty. And then this one was like $1.75, and it's this purple velvety like lattice work headband. It's got glue spots where it used to have something on it, and I think that I have some purple flowers I could attach and like add to this. So it's kind of like a project hat, but I also don't have a lot of purple, so those are really pretty. Then while I was at the antique store with Stephanie, I'm actually going to open this for this video. I've been leaving it in this little package. It is a full-length raincoat with a hood, size medium, and I am really hoping that it fits. But it's just like this little cute like 1950s packaged up raincoat. But yeah, it's just a little plastic raincoat. Like, you're supposed to fold it up, stick it in your little package, and keep it in your purse for surprise rainy days. Next up, I have a bag full of jewelry. I paid $5 for this. And it's just a bunch of jewelry. I'm not going to take all of this out. I will put in a shot of it. But I went to it was a community yard sale / farmer's market thing. And I just realized you can see the basket. Oh well. I paid $5 for this, and it's just a bunch of vintage jewelry I picked out of. This man had a stall, and he said he was just there to make a deal. And so I picked through. He had tons of vintage jewelry. I kind of wish I would have looked longer, but I picked through and picked out all of these. My favorite, which you can see, and I know I'm putting a shot in here, but is this little pumpkin. And then at the other community garage sale, the school one, I picked up these two belts, which are elastic belts, and I picked out a red one and a red one, and then one that when you put it together it's a butterfly. And lastly, from this community garage sale, so far as accessories, I found what I'm most excited for is basically a rainbow of these sheer scarves that I wear all the time over my hair, usually in like a headband style. I found red, pink, this like gradient white to orange, lime green, which I love, purple, white or cream, a black one, and this deep like purpley plummy color. So I think that means I now have a full rainbow of these scarves, which is exciting. It means I have a color for all of my outfits. At that same garage sale, I also picked up a few tops because I every autumn I kind of get into like I want to wear some wacky shirts with a simple skirt kind of mood. So I picked up this 1980s, I want to say. It's fully polyester, but it feels nice. And I just thought the colors were fun, so I picked this up. All the tops were $1, but I'm going to say she probably only charged me 50 cents. I got this red and black one, which has a tie at the neck. I thought it was really pretty. I think this will be really beautiful with just a black skirt. Then I got this lace one, which, to be honest, with my sensory issues around clothing, I don't know what I was thinking because it is not soft. So if you have any tips for how to soften up lace, please let me know, because it is a very beautiful shirt, but it is just, I grabbed it just because it was pretty and I didn't think about the fact that it's a little bit itchy. It's got little puffy sleeves. I think it'd be really cute for layering. I think maybe if I layer it over a camisole that will help some. And then I grabbed this one. So this is 70s, but I think that it's a great sort of 70s does 50s look. And I had a very similar shirt that I wore for years that I really, really loved that no longer fits me. So I was happy to find this replacement. It looks really cute with just like a simple skirt. And then I am down to the last two things, one of which is kind of disappointing, the other one which is actually really fun. So first of all, the disappointing one. When I was thrifting with Stephanie, I found this beautiful Lands sundress from the 80s. And I love 80s does 50s. I have quite a few 80s does 50s dresses in my closet. So I was very excited to find this because it's like got the high neckline in the front, and then actually what I thought was the front originally, it's got buttons in the back and it's got pockets. I'm so sad about this. And I thought for sure that it would fit me. It is a vintage size 16. Yeah, it is a vintage size 16, and I was like, that'll totally fit me. Generally in the 80s, I'm a 16, size 16. But I got home and it just doesn't fit. Mainly just around the chest area, it's too small. So I might pop this up for sale on my vintage Instagram, or I might keep it and see if once I'm done breastfeeding, maybe it will fit better. But either way, I'm just a little bit sad that that doesn't fit. However, while Stephanie was thrifting without me, she found this for $11.99, and it is this green, like, retro reproduction style 40s style dress that somebody kind of like badly tried to take in. It's handmade. It is for sure a handmade dress that somebody made, and it was too large for them, and so they did this funny thing with the buttons where they like moved all the buttons over so that it would fit them, and it fits me. So that is the thrift haul. Of all thrift hauls, I feel like I found so much, and I'm relieved to be filming this haul so that I can put things away. But if you want to go and watch Stephanie's video where we were all thrifting together and doing some challenges, head over to her channel. It is Stephanie Canada. She will be linked in my description, of course. And if you want to check out my friend Haley's thrift haul from this same trip, you can go check out her channel, which is also linked in my description. I hope that you all enjoyed this. It has been so long since I have done a thrift haul. Subscribe to my channel if you like this sort of thing. I will probably do one thrift haul every few months at this point, because I don't go thrifting that often anymore. But if you would like me to do more thrift hauls as I do them, maybe a seasonal thrift haul, something like that, I might add that to my roster of videos that I just regularly do throughout the year. Anyway, that is it for this video. I hope that wherever you are feeling safe and loved. And until I see you again, have a beautiful day, and thank you for watching. Bye! If you're new here, my name is... Wow. And I have so many cookbooks. So many books. I'm not going to unfold it all the way because it's very big, but put your hand down, please.